Imagine this. You're lying in a hospital bed at midnight. The hallway is silent, and then someone knocks on your door. You ask, "Who is it?" But no one answers. When you open the door, no one is there. This is not just superstition. This is what patients have reported for years in one of Lucknow's most mysterious hospitals. In the heart of Lucknow, a city famous for its food, culture, and hospitality, there's a hospital most people never talk about from the outside. It looks like any ordinary government hospital, crowded, busy, alive. But inside its abandoned East Wing, something else exists. The story begins with a young doctor, Ismail Sheikh, just 25 years old. Freshly graduated, eager to prove himself, he had landed his very first job here. On his first day, he was shown every ward, every department. But when the tour reached one old corridor, the senior nurse, Emma, stopped him. "This ward is closed," she told him firmly. "You won't have any work here. Stay away." Ismail laughed it off. But the way she said it, sharp, almost fearful, stuck in his mind. Over the next few weeks, Ismail became well-liked by his colleagues. He was hardworking, respectful, and secretly, he and Neelima grew close. Their friendship slowly turned into something deeper. But then, fate separated them. Their shifts changed, and for weeks they hardly crossed paths. Until one night, when their schedules matched again. Ismail searched the wards for her. She wasn't in the canteen, not in her usual rounds. Then his eyes fell on the very corridor she had once warned him about. The abandoned ward. Something pulled him toward it. Against his better judgment, he pushed the heavy doors open. To his shock, the ward wasn't empty. Inside, he saw patients, nurses, even doctors moving around as if the place was fully functional. And in the corner, he caught a glimpse of Neelima. But something felt wrong. When he tried to follow her, she disappeared into her room. He rushed in after her only to find a surgery already in progress. Doctors were operating, blood staining their coats. But there was no patient on the table. Then his eyes met Neelima's. She was among them. Her face pale, her clothes soaked in red. Her eyes begged for help. Ismail staggered back, horrified. He slammed the door shut. But when he opened it, again the room was empty. Dusty, ruined, silent. Shaken, Ismail ran to the security office. He demanded to see the CCTV footage of the old ward. The guard frowned. "Sir, nobody goes there. Cameras don't even work in that wing." But when Ismail insisted, the guard hesitated. Finally, he said something that froze Ismail's blood. "Neelima. The nurse you're asking about? She died. Just 2 nights ago. Road accident. She was brought here into that ward. She couldn't be saved." Ismail couldn't believe it. He had seen her. He had spoken to her. He had followed her. The guard leaned closer and whispered, "That entire ward was built over a graveyard. Most of those buried were doctors and nurses from the colonial era. They died in pain. They never left. That's why the ward was shut down." Later, when Ismail finally got hold of the CCTV, his heart nearly stopped. The footage showed stretchers moving on their own, surgical tools clattering, doors opening and slamming shut, and tall, shadowy figures gliding across the corridors human-shaped, but not human. From that night on, Ismail never set foot in that ward again. But he was never the same. Because deep down, he knew one thing. Neelima's soul hadn't left the hospital. She was still there, trapped with the others. Hospitals are places of life and death. But in this one, death never left. So if you're ever admitted in Lucknow, and if you hear a knock at midnight, think twice before opening the door. Because what waits outside may not be human.